What's up, everyone? Welcome to something a little bit different. This is actually an interview with the creator of Voorhees, which is a Friday the 13th fan film, which right now is being funded on Kickstarter. It still has about a month to go. This is him right here. He's right here.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope everyone's doing good.
Yep, and we are here to pretty much get questions asked and get them answered. Before we start, let's check out the trailer for the movie, because I did check it out myself, but some people might not have seen it yet. So let's check out the trailer, and we can get to it. All right, so 1 second. Doing it live. It's never good. Don't ever do anything live, folks. All right, here we go. Now let's check out the trailer.
Hey, Mom and Dad, it's me. Just calling to check up on you guys, see how things are going. We just got to the camp. It's really not as bad as everyone says it is. I mean, there's a couple abandoned cabins. It's like a ghost town around here. But overall, it reminds me of home. I actually feel safe here.
All right, so that was the trailer. Welcome back.
I'm
Pretty
back
good.
too.
Pretty good. I hope everybody enjoyed that. Right now we are going to get into some questions. One thing is, let's just talk about you for a second, actually.
Sure, man.
Tell us where you came from, uh, why you want to do this, and whatnot, and then we'll go on to some questions.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Well, first things first. Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate
Sure.
it.
This is my first
It's an honor.
interview, so I apologize if it's a little awkward and
No,
ridiculous.
no, no. Thanks for having me, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, it's a good time already, man. I'm having a blast.
But yeah. So Wet Paint Pictures developed in early summer of 2016. We actually started off doing a Godzilla fan film, and it was looking really good. We had some cool stuff, and about 6 months into filming, we our film got hacked by some overseas virus.
Wait, what?
Yeah, yeah, and they wanted us to pay a ransom, and the ransom went up every day that we didn't pay, and we were so like mind blown about this because we had so much hard work and just everybody was just helping us, and we had a great cast, and it was some really cool like special effects, and it was just pretty much stolen right out of our hands and out of our, and it was just something, our creation. It was just unbelievable, and we pretty much came down to two options. It was like, well, we can either pay these guys, but the chances are, I mean, we're paying criminals for one, but two, who knows even if we'll get our project back. and
Whoa.
and then our second option was move on, and here we are,
Right.
a year later, and we started getting into the horror stuff, and we have a ton of short horror films that can be found on our YouTube channel, and something just came up, and we were like, hey, let's do a Friday film, and we're having a good time, and here we are.
All right. So is Ice Cube gonna be in this one?
No Ice Cube. Uh, no Ice Cube.
Oh man,
I think
that's
he's had
sad.
enough.
Yeah, he's too busy doing an Are We There Yet movie.
Yeah, yeah. I
Uh,
don't think he has any. You don't think he has anything to do with this one?
that's sad. Well, no, I'm just messing. Also, I knew someone would like when I asked, "Where did you come from?" Right when I said that,
Uh,
I knew someone was gonna make fun of me for that. But all right. So I didn't know that. Wow.
I,
Okay.
uh,
That's
yeah, it was a bummer, dude.
yeah, that sucks. I did not know that. All right. So well, you're here and you're doing this, and so far you're getting pretty close to your goal for the considering how much time you have left on your Kickstarter. You have
Yeah,
well, almost 2,100 almost at this point, right? Or 2,000 or something like that.
yeah. We're at a solid 57%, so it's doing pretty good.
All right, cool, cool. So you're getting there. You still have about a month, and yeah, what I saw there is definitely promising. The only problem I had with it, and I did in my trailer reaction, is the filters. But besides that, the camera work, the guy playing Jason looks like Jason, of course. Even the way he like walks around and stands, like that might seem a little silly for me to say, just like he's just standing around. But it's you have to look imposing, and the guy definitely looks imposing. There's some good shots in there too. I like the part where he just straight up swings and misses and hits that tree. It's
Yeah, yeah.
well done
No,
stuff.
I appreciate that, man, and I also appreciate your honesty.
Yeah, yeah. Um, one thing I did want to ask. We're gonna get to the questions now. Um, one thing I wanted to ask, and I already asked about the filters. Um, will they be in the final product? I guess.
Uh, to answer your question, no.
No. Okay.
The filter was kind of a was something that we kind of were just experimenting with. We tried it, and it seems like it's kind of getting a taste of both ways. Some people seem to like it, some don't. Um, so it was just kind of something that we tried for the teaser, just to see how it kind of looked. And but I'm here to tell you that it's not gonna look. The film won't look like that.
All right. All right, that's good because I really that's the only thing I didn't like. I like the use of practical blood, obviously not real blood, but like practical fake looking blood. I really appreciated that because so many movies just like, oh, we have these cheap plug-in effects and like Premiere or wherever the hell, I don't even know where they come from, After Effects, and I appreciated seeing any kind of real blood, or anything, and so I
Yeah, thanks,
appreciate that.
man.
Yeah, so I
Thanks.
appreciate that.
Yeah, that was actually real blood, but
Oh, it
it was
was.
yeah, it was actually real.
Oh,
But
okay. All right, cool.
we had to take one for the team, and
Oh,
it was like, so
Friday the 13th. I mean, come on.
go
It's
big or go home, right?
gotta go big, man. They shed real blood, I think. So gotta do it with this one. Actually, that was a question I was gonna ask. Is there gonna be a lot more practical effects? Like, is there gonna be a? You don't need to spoil it, but you can just say yes or no. Will there be like limbs being cut off? Will there be maybe like an eye on an arrow, like in what was that, part 3 or part 4? Yeah, that was
Yeah.
part 3 because it was the 3D effect. Will there be something like that?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll spoil one even
Okay.
just because I spoiled this in an interview yesterday.
Okay.
So it's already out there somewhere, so I'll spoil it now. We have one of our death scenes, which is I really think is going to be really good to see on film. Is there is a scene where there is a female actor who is trying to save another one of their friends. In doing so, Jason picks up a bear trap, throws it in the air. The bear trap latches onto the female's head.
Oh.
He pulls her back, then stomps on the bear trap,
Oh.
then grabs the end of the bear trap chain and swings her from tree to tree.
Okay.
And she kind of checks out there.
Oh, okay. That's where she checks out.
It's one of the actors checks out there.
Oh, okay. Well, again, you have to take it for the team. So, I mean, I'm glad I mean, she took one real bad, but that's what you have to
Yep.
do. That's how movies are made. But all right. So the practical effects, that's good. I really wanted to know that. I also want to know about kills, and you kind of already gave me one right there. So that actually answers two of my questions. So you know what? Let's see what some of the chat is asking. Someone asked, "What do you get when you donate for the movie?"
So, if you go to the Kickstarter campaign, there's tons of rewards. There's actually 13.
Oh, okay.
But you can go. It varies. It goes from anything from social media shout outs to machete props, Jason hockey mask props. You can get the burlap. You can get our biggest donation, which is $500, is you come out here to where we are. We pay for your photo shoot, and you get to come out and get killed by Jason.
Oh man.
And we edit the footage for you. You get a photo shoot, and you get we show you all the locations that we're shooting at, and it's pretty cool. So, and our gimmick with that was how many people get to really say that they went out and got killed by Jason, and like, what did you do last weekend? I have the footage to prove it. Here it is. Jason slaughtered me, and uh, and here's the footage. Check it out. So, but there's tons of stuff. If you go on the Kickstarter campaign, if you go to Kickstarter, type in Voorhees, you can see all the goodies on there. You can get scripts. You can get all types of stuff.
Yeah, and for people that are watching this after, the link will be in the description, so you can go check it out there. So there you go. That's what you get. I would love, if I had $500, I would love to get murdered by Jason.
Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't?
I mean, that's my life goal. If I'm gonna die, I'd rather be killed by
That's
Jason.
for that's for the diehard fans right there.
Yeah, and they die hard, that's for sure.
And they die hard.
Yeah. All right, so there you go. Someone else asked another question. This is actually from the same guy, Will Bram.
Okay.
He asked, where is it? I just saw it. Oh, was the Godzilla film completed?
Unfortunately, no.
It was not completed? All right, so they took it before it was completed. So that's kind of a silver lining. They could even have a full finished movie.
I don't know what happened. I guess I don't know if they just thought it was like, since it was Godzilla, they would be getting all this money from us. But I mean, we're just an indie filming company doing what we love, and for someone to steal our film like that, we put a lot of hard work into it, man, and it just got complete hijacked from us. And no, it wasn't finished.
Yeah,
but
that sucks, because I know if I made a video on YouTube and I put a lot of work into it, and then someone said, I'm sorry, that's blocked. You can't, because you showed a little bit of something or something. Because no one would ever hijack my thing, because it's not, it's not worth it. But if something just no one could see now because someone has to be a dick,
It was
that's fine. That's all right.
It was a complete bummer.
Yeah, that sucks. So yeah, that's a little sad that'll never happen. But hey, you can look at it like this. At least now we're getting this, and this will definitely happen. No one will hijack this one.
This is not going anywhere.
Yeah, no.
Fingers crossed.
Someone's gonna get these legs if they try to take this. All right. Someone's gonna get knocked out. Well, actually, you know what? You can have that woman that gets killed by Jason with the bear trap and swung into the trees. That could happen to them. Yeah, make that them.
Whoa. Yeah, that's one way to put it. That's one way to put it. We definitely we were not happy at the time, and we tried everything we could to try to, just get back what was ours. It wasn't like, it was our creation. Obviously, it was another fan film, but it was Godzilla, and it never happened. Never happened.
Yeah, that's sad. I would love to see that. I love Godzilla too.
Yeah, me too. I'm a big kaiju fan.
Yeah, you got like my two favorite things, man, and you're working them. That's sad. Pikachu Girl 123 asks, "What other films do you plan to make?"
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Actually, after Voorhees, we plan to do a giant kaiju movie based in Washington D.C., where we're from.
Okay.
And not make it Godzilla. We just want to make it our own kaiju movie. Right. So I guess like a little bit of like Cloverfield meets Godzilla, but in a very political aspect. Us being a DC, we have a lot to work with that, and so we, nothing is set in concrete yet, but there's definitely been some talk about that. But who knows?
Yeah, no, that's it. That was a good question, and I'm looking forward to that. That'll be like redemption,
Exactly.
Yeah. Someone actually asked a question. Jake Dubiel, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Can you make a Godzilla versus Jason film? That'd be
You
interesting.
know that's a good idea. This is a really good idea.
A giant Jason or a shrunk down Godzilla.
Jason versus Godzilla. I think Jason has a chance.
I
I
think
think he
so.
I think he has a chance.
Yeah, I think Jason could beat him. Yeah. If King Kong gets like turned giant, then I don't know why Jason can't.
Good question there.
Yeah,
Jason has a chance.
I think Jason has a chance, and there's always a chance that will happen. Um,
Yes.
Someone will make it if he doesn't, but you should do it.
Yeah.
You should do it. I would like to see that. All right, so let me get into some of the questions I wrote because I think it's starting to slow down for questions there. Um, This is a couple questions that you can actually know already if you just looked at the Kickstarter. But I was going to ask anyway, so maybe you could elaborate on them a little bit more. Where was the movie shot?
It's all shot in Northern Virginia, just DC.
Yeah, yeah. Um, who's doing the music?
Oof. Good question. Um, we have a few music composers actually that are helping score this. Um, I also play in a band,
Oh, okay.
so I've been trying to do some music myself. I'm here to tell you that I suck
Oh,
at
okay.
that, and
Me too.
trying to come up with horror music on a guitar is not as easy as you think it is. And but we do have a few music composers that are friends of ours, and they're very good, really good at what they do, and we're excited to work with them.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking forward to the music because that's one thing about Jason. Are you gonna have maybe like the mama? I'm not gonna go try it, but the main theme I guess of Jason. Will you have like maybe a little like tribute to that in there?
You know, I don't. When it comes to fan films, there's a lot of limitations because of
Yeah,
copyright issues.
yeah. That's the problem.
Um, so I think we're gonna try to avoid that. But we might have, the classic, the uh,
Yeah.
we're gonna try to like maybe throw that some in there. But as for the actual score, I think we're gonna try to avoid that.
Okay. All right. No, that makes sense. That completely makes sense. But all right. Also, this is a question I want to know personally. Who's playing Jason? Is it you?
Who's playing Jason is you're talking to him, Gore.
Oh, I knew it.
You're talking to
I
him.
finally know a
Um,
Jason.
no, I know I'm not good enough to play Jason.
Oh, damn.
Jason is being played by a very good friend of mine. His name's Nick Patterson.
Okay.
Um, the reason why I chose him, is surprising because you wouldn't think because Jason doesn't do any of these things, but our buddy Nick Patterson is trained in parkour,
Okay.
so he's very good at like doing all these like bizarre stunts that if I tried to do, I'd probably break my neck. Uh, but he's very good at like just moving his body, and he's very good at. He has this. I don't know how to explain it. Like the first time, I remember the first time we put him in costume. We were just doing some costume tests and taking photos of him. As soon as he put on the hockey mask and had the machete in his hand, I was like, he's Jason. And like I was like, he's Jason. Like turn off the phones because we had so many people emailing us like, can I be Jason? Can I be Jason? And it's the moment he put the hockey mask on, man, I was just like, this is exactly what we're looking for. And he's just very good at doing his stunts. So like if he does take a tumble or if he does take a hit, he's very good. He's pretty much a stunt double.
All right.
You know,
He's resilient, like
he's
Jason.
very.
You could
And
blow him up with a tank and he'll be fine.
um,
Yeah. Right.
yeah, yeah. Well,
Well,
he probably
get her a little bit.
he probably Jason being Jason. I think he could take a hit.
Yeah.
I think he could take a hit.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. I think
but
he'll be fine.
no, he's a good friend of mine, and he's a very talented individual, and glad to have him on board.
All right, cool. Yeah, tell him. I thought just what I saw in that trailer. I thought he nailed it. Really. Again, you have to be imposing. You have to be scary to look. I mean, you don't see his face almost ever in these movies until like towards the end. But he's always just standing there creeping, and he does a good job with that.
Well, I think people underestimate Jason is because they think that you can just put a hockey mask on and
Hmm.
think, oh, hey, um, I can do this. It's really not as easy as you think it is, because just because the character doesn't have any dialogue doesn't mean that he doesn't have character. And Jason has a lot of character for having no dialogue. Just
Yeah,
the way he stands there and moves his head, the way he just stalks you through the woods. I mean, it's terrifying, and that's that's what acting's all about.
exactly.
And so it's actually a tedious character to play, and not everybody can do it, and which is why I'm not Jason.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why I'm not Jason too. Also, I'm overweight, so can't do it. Can't do
Really,
it. But
yeah,
I would look silly. Like no one would be
me
scared
too.
of me.
Well, me too. No one would be scared. Nobody would be scared of me if I was Jason. I'd be like, who the hell brought this guy in?
Neither of us could be Jason.
Are you kidding me? I'm Jason.
Jason, be scared of me, please. But yeah, no, I really want to know that. That was like the one thing I want to know because I thought he was really good just for that little bit. Again, it's not it's like old acting where you don't you have to really have some presence, and he did. So that's good.
Thank you.
How many characters will be in the movie? Like how many? What I'm really asking is how many uh, dead people are going to be in it? Because how many people are going to be victims for Jason?
7. Yeah, there's 7.
7? Okay. Oh, it's like the game, which we'll talk about later on. Um, all right, cool, cool. I really want to know that too.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad we clarified that because I think there was some confusion that this was a solo like Chick versus Jason, and it's not. But
Yeah, that's good because of course body count is always good for these movies. Um, One thing I do want to say though, this isn't a question. This is a little bit of praise I want to give. I do like that this is going to be not maybe not an origin story. Well, it is going to be kind of an origin a little bit, but it's going to be like set around part 2 and 3 when he had the bag mask, right before he found the mask.
yeah, the
Um,
film. Yeah, yeah.
no, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say the film takes place in modern time, but we definitely wanted to uh, throw some hints to the classics out there, and I think this is a film that the diehard fans are really gonna like, and we hope the new fans really like it. But it's definitely a film for the old school fans, and there's a lot of hints there, and I think the new people will like it too. There's a if you're into gore and just pure like horror slasher films, and this is a movie for you.
Good. All right. That's one thing also I want to say about the Baghead Jason. I just wanted to praise that most people just do straight up the mask, and you hinted at the mask at the end of the trailer. But so many fan films, and I've seen a couple, but I'm sure there's a lot of them. But so many of them just do the mask, because that's iconic. The mask is
Right,
iconic. Even that Friday the 13th remake, even though it's supposed to be the first movie, has Jason. He has the mask because that's what
right,
everybody remembers.
right,
Um, and of course they remember Sleeping Bag Kill, which is the best kill of all of those movies. But
right.
I really like that you had the Baghead Jason because Baghead Jason is I don't know, it's scarier to me than a Jason like a hockey mask. Like it's just a guy that wants to conceal himself, doesn't want people to see, so he's just like whatever, I'll just put a bag on my head. I don't know why that's more terrifying to me than a guy with a hockey mask. So I really like that you chose that instead. I'm
Thank
sure
you.
I'm sure the Jason mask will make an appearance, of course, but I like that we'll see him as the Baghead one first.
You get a mix. You get a mix of both ends.
All right, that's good because I really like the Baghead Jason.
Thank
Uh,
you, man. Thank you.
yeah, I appreciate that as a fan. Um, so all right, that's just a little bit of praise. That wasn't even a question. So
No,
the
no, no. It's a good thing to mention. I mean, you gotta love the classic.
yeah, of course. Um, One question that I want to ask, I don't know, this might be a spoiler. Will Jason's mom make an appearance anywhere? I mean,
Ooh.
she's probably dead at this point, but like will she torment him in a way where it's yeah, you don't want to spoil that.
Well,
You don't need to say anything. I'd rather you not if it's gonna be a spoiler.
I will say I'll say this. Um, there is some supernatural entities in the film.
So it's gonna be your head floating around like the NES game.
Um, sure.
I want to see
um,
that now.
uh, there. I'll say it again. There's some hints to the classic there.
Okay, cool.
There's some hints in the classic.
All right. I won't ask any more spoiler questions. At least
No, man. Keep them coming. This
because
is what the people. This is what they want to hear.
yeah. But I don't want them to hear it if it's going to be like a big surprise, you know, because I don't want them feel like they're ruined. So many movies nowadays just like, here's everything in the trailer. You want to see the movie? Well, I already saw a condensed one in that trailer. So, you know, I'm trying to keep there's some surprise.
Right.
All right, so let's see. Oh yeah, someone says a modern time Jason. Well, I guess that just makes sense. That also might just be interesting to see people with like modern technology and how they would deal with Jason. So, yeah, and I think that's a good idea. Also, probably hard for a indie movie to replicate something from the '80s or something. You know, like old-fashioned technology and stuff. So it makes sense. It would be a modern day Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So how long will it be? Do you know, like an approximate?
As of now, the running time is anywhere between 35 and 40 minutes.
Okay. All right. So it's just going to be like a condensed version of a Friday the 13th movie.
Yeah, it could go a little longer, but as of now, the way it's looking is anywhere between, I guess I should say 35 and 45 minutes.
This is a question from Sandra Sanchez. How long have you been doing films?
Um, Good or bad?
Everything.
I started off doing films when I was 12, and they were terrible. And I remember we used to do like just complete ridiculous, just like what are we doing? Just like no editing, just like, and we thought we had something so cool, and our little like 12-year-old minds were just like, we're gonna do this one day, we're gonna do this one day, and like, and just had like little cameras. I still have it somewhere. We were shooting movies. I remember we shot on a VHS camcorder that went on your shoulder, and you had to put a VHS tape inside of it, and then shut it, and then push play and record. And then every now and then, when you go back and watch it, I remember because we'd be so upset, it would be getting ready to get to something cool, which what we thought was cool at the time, and then the screen would go blue. We're like, no. And then and then we hit the TV, and then it would come back, and I'm like, yes, yes, and it would just, it was that was a good question, good flashback there. But we've been doing films for about, I guess I've been doing them for about 10 years now.
All right, so you have a little bit of experience. Even small movies like that, I would say, are experience. You know.
You got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere.
Exactly. Someone asked me, is it storming at my place? I don't even know where I read that. No, it's fine. I'm good. So.
Storming?
Storming. I guess maybe they hear something in the background. I apologize if you hear anything in the background of my video, but I don't hear anything. All right, one question from Sandra Sanchez again. Why did you choose Jason of all the horror icons?
Another good question. So, I don't know if anybody's familiar with this. So, Paramount we're actually in the process of making a Friday the 13th film.
Okay.
And it got canceled.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard about that.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
Something to do with, I'm not going to put anybody under the bus, but there were some issues.
Yeah, it was going to be found footage or something like that. I heard at one point, which...
I heard there was a lot of talk, and it got, long story short, it got shut down indefinitely. And being a big fan of Jason, it was just like so disappointed, and I was like, you know what? The games just came out. The Hollywood version's not coming out, but you know, why don't we try to do something? Obviously, we can't compare ourselves to Hollywood, but you know, we can definitely make something for the fans, made by the fans, and try to just, you know, bring Jason back in our own way, and hopefully everybody, you know, enjoys it, and just, you know, get some Jason action in their life. And that's what we want to do. And Jason has scared the crap out of me since I can remember. I remember when I was 10 years old and was at Lake Anna, and I was it was like a Jaws movie for me. Like I was always like, is Jason tied to the bottom of the lake here, like chain? And like you see me just running out of the water, like it was getting attacked by a shark, and like just I always thought he was gonna pull me under the water, and so he always scared me as a kid.
Yeah, yeah,
And
he is terrifying.
yeah, so that that was the big motivation, was that they canceled, but also the inner fan in me was just like, I want to do this, and I want to do something for the fans, and hopefully they enjoy as much as as much as we do making it. So it was a good question.
Yeah, that was a good question. Um, yeah, Jason is just an icon, but I mean, he's terrifying. He is terrifying. He scared me when I was a kid. Him and the ghost face killer from
Yeah,
Scream.
Scream.
Yeah, yeah. Which was, I didn't know at the time, but it's pretty much a parody of those kind of movies. But when I was a kid, I just
Yeah,
thought it was terrifying.
yeah, slashers. Yeah.
Yeah. Um. All right. So let me ask you one of my questions now. Mine aren't as good, but I haven't seen any. You know what? Let's get I'm gonna ask you something that's not exactly about your movie. I just want to know, what is your favorite Friday the 13th movie?
Oh gosh, man, you just
I know I just threw that in there.
uh, you know, I gotta say, I like bits and pieces of every single one.
Mm-hmm.
There's some that I like don't really care for, but like everyone bashes Jason X, but there's even stuff there that I like.
I
But
I love Jason X.
yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a bad movie. Uh, I really like Part Six. Part Six. Well, Part Six, Part Seven. Um, those are pulling me. I even like Part Two. I can't.
Yeah,
This is a tough
it
question
is a
here.
tough question.
Um,
Mine is probably Part Six, personally, because
I would probably say Part Six.
yeah, that's Tommy Jarvis all grown up.
I would say Part Six.
Yeah, Part Six is a great one, but I like Part Seven's the one with the telekinesis girl, right? That uses her mind.
Hmm.
Is that Part Eight?
No, I think Part Eight is when they go to New York.
Yeah, yeah. Jason takes Manhattan.
He takes Manhattan.
Yes, yes. And then 9 is when he goes to hell. It's like it's like a road trip movie for the last couple. He goes to Manhattan, he goes to hell, he goes to space.
Jason took a little vacation before he went to hell.
Yeah, yeah. And then he went to space. He went everywhere.
He's been all over the place.
Yeah, which is weird because he usually just should stay in his camp. But he's like, oh, I'm gonna go to space. I'm gonna go to hell.
Right,
New York.
right, right.
But yeah. Someone also asked, what is your? Actually, they asked two questions. What is the worst Friday the 13th movie? And I'll ask you the second one after.
Worst Friday the 13th movie. Hmm. That's kind of a blunt question.
Yeah.
I don't think there. I don't think there. I mean, me personally, I don't think there's any terrible Friday the 13th movies. But I guess if you want to put worst, I guess Jason X, or maybe Jason Goes to Hell went a little crazy.
Yeah, it did with the whole. That's why I mentioned the tank earlier, where they just get a
I
tank and blow his ass up.
Yeah, I don't hate any of the Friday the 13th movies. I just want to clarify that. But I guess if you want to say which one I'm least interested in, I guess it would be Jason Goes to Hell.
Yeah, that's probably the weakest one for me too. Just the whole premise of he's not in the movie until like the end. Well, he's in the beginning, but he
Yeah, you don't see him.
possesses people.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why they did it. They were just trying. It's like Jason X. Like they just were trying. I mean, there's so many of these movies. Sometimes you just gotta try different stuff, and that's what they did. I mean, it's not a. I don't think it's a terrible movie. Like I watch it every now and then, but it's
Yeah,
probably my least favorite.
yeah, yeah. That's I should have reworded that and said least favorite. Um, Also, the second question he asked is, what are your thoughts on Freddy versus Jason?
I like Freddy vs. Jason.
Yeah, it's
Um,
fun.
I I I think that my only gripe with Freddy vs. Jason is that Jason himself was like really like slow, and he
Yeah,
was almost like, I mean, Jason's always been kind of slow, but it seemed like they kind of he started to speed up as the films were getting developed,
yeah. I mean,
especially when he was almost just like a dog. It was just like this like zombie like he was very slow. That was the only thing that really took me out of it. Um, I wish Kane Hodder was playing Jason,
yeah,
and unfortunately he wasn't. But it's not nothing wrong with Freddy vs. Jason. I mean, there's a lot of gore. I love gore. There was a lot of. I think that I think the director, I can't remember his name, but it wasn't a bad film.
yeah,
I like it a lot.
yeah. I like that too. It works more as an action comedy than a horror movie because it's not
Yeah,
really. There's one scary scene in like a bathtub with Freddy, and that's about it.
yeah. I'm glad that they had Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger. Though I will say that
Yeah,
I'm glad that that was like his last. That was a way. That was a good way to go out. I
yeah, it
guess
was.
as the last time playing Freddy to go off against Jason. It was a good. It was a good last movie for him.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I could see Robert Englund playing that character again. Kane Hodder, like he's a little older, but to be fair, he did all of the mocap for the Freddy, yeah, Friday the 13th game that just came out. So
Yeah,
maybe he's not too old to play Jason. So if they ever want to get him back, I guess they could technically.
I think. I think he could do it.
Yeah. Um, Will Rube asks, what do you hope to add to the Friday the 13th lore? Anything new?
I think one thing that stands out. I mean, obviously, Friday 13 films are can be very gore, X, and just the deaths are really brutal. But I think what Voorhees has to offer is this Jason is not to be tampered with, and that he is there for business. And I think what stands out with Voorhees is that I think what's going to grab people's attention is just the death scenes that we have. Everybody goes out in a bang, and I mean a bang.
Uh,
And I think we put a lot of time into the death scenes, and I think when people see them on film, that it's going to be a different experience for them.
all right, I'm
Um,
excited now.
so I think that's really what's going to stand out with our film, and I think it's going to be good, man.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, I mean, you sold me. Because, by the way, people ask me why I smile. Just when he says things like "everybody goes out in a bang," that just makes me happy. I know that might seem weird, but I've watched these movies a lot, and every time someone dies in a horrific way, I don't go I laugh because it's silly, but it's so entertaining. So some people are wondering why I'm like laughing every time like you say something like that. That's why, because it reminds me of those movies and it actually makes me excited. You know,
I
I'm a happy person. You know,
Yeah,
I'm not.
I can't see your face.
Yeah, yeah. Sadly, he can't see my face. So I
So
could be doing anything right now. He wouldn't
I'm
know.
glad I'm glad to hear you're laughing,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
smiling.
yeah, yeah. No, I'm easy to please, but not like that, but I am very excited for something that will remind me of those older movies because really we haven't had a Friday the 13th thing in a long time. Like we have the video game now, which is awesome, but
Yeah,
when it comes to movies, like the remake came out what like 8 years ago at this point.
yeah, 2009.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
and it wasn't. I mean, it was okay, but that's probably my least favorite Friday the 13th movie. But I still enjoyed some of it. Um,
yeah.
yeah, so I'm excited. So and when I'm excited, I might smile and laugh. You know, I just don't
Laugh
want
it up.
anybody. I don't want people to think I'm like not taking you seriously or something. Like I'm excited, man.
Nobody does, anyways.
Someone said like, man, the guy I'm interviewing just doesn't want to be here now. I'm sure he's okay. I'm sure he's. You have
Are
a
you
good
kidding
time,
me?
right?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you have a good time, right?
I'm having a blast.
All right.
That's not a question.
Yeah, that was a question. But all right. So now I'm gonna ask a couple more questions about the Friday movies.
Yeah, man, bring it.
All right. What's your favorite kill in the Friday movies?
You know, actually, And it's funny you just bring this up. Actually, in 2009, the remake, one of my favorite deaths is actually in that movie, and it's that scene where he sticks the screwdriver in his like throat.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I always thought that was like a really like, and the way they did it was very just the special effects were really good, and I don't know.
Yeah.
That scene really got to me. I saw that film in theaters too, so that's probably why.
Yeah.
But yeah, actually, 2009 is one of my has one of my favorite deaths.
Yeah, the 2009 one has some good stuff in it. I'm pretty sure most of that is practical, right? Too.
They did a lot of practical, which was cool. I don't think for that particular scene,
Oh, that one.
but
No, no.
no,
Well,
they experimented with a lot of practical effects.
yeah. I mean, CG can be used well. Like I've seen CG blood in tons of movies that have, worked for sure.
Yeah. We have some minor CGI in our film as well.
Oh yeah, no, that's perfectly fine. I don't expect every movie to have everything practical, but I
You know
do
what?
like the use of practical effects.
We don't want to get hurt here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
exactly.
we have to do some minor special effects, but majority of it is practical.
All right, cool, cool. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, man.
Um, all right, so actually, one question I have, I know you haven't played it yet, but the Friday the 13th video game just came out. We mentioned it a couple times.
Yeah.
Um, and the game is great. It really is. It's a great tribute to the movies, but it's also just a great game in general. It
Okay.
has some problems, there's glitches and whatnot, but uh, did you take inspiration from the game? I know you said you started working on this around when it came out. So, did you take inspiration from some of the stuff from that game?
Yeah. As you know, unfortunately, I have not played the game yet. Like I told you earlier, I had the controller in my hands. I was getting ready to play it on Xbox, and it was just I was waiting for so long. Nobody, I guess, like we couldn't find a group to play with, and so I kind of just bailed. But to answer your question, there is if you're familiar with the death scenes in the game, there's definitely some of those in the film.
Okay. All right. And
I don't.
good.
No, no, no. Go ahead, man.
All right. So someone in chat wants me to clear up more of what you do with the film. Are you the director of the movie?
Yes, right. Writer,
Okay.
director, editor.
Yeah, I should mention that we were talking before this stream, so we kind of got to know each other a little bit before that. So it's weird we come on to streaming and I was already talking to you for about an hour. So some people were wondering like I don't know if you want to give out your name or whatever. You can say who you are. It's all right with me. But some people wanted to know that stuff in the chat.
All right. That was a good question. Whoever
Yeah,
you were,
yeah, that was Will Rube that asked.
good question.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, yeah. So he's the director. He also plays Jason. So yeah, yeah,
I wish.
yeah. That would be awesome. But no, the guy that played him was really good from what I saw. From what I saw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was actually gonna join me this evening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was supposed to join me, and something came up, and we were trying to get him in full costume for this,
Oh,
and
that'd be awesome.
that would have been really cool, but unfortunately he had something come up. But I tried to get him here. We were this close. Maybe next time.
All right. Yeah. He probably saw how incompetent I was, and he's just like, "Oh no."
Nah, no, no, no,
Yeah.
nothing like
Yeah.
that.
I like to belittle myself. That's just fun to me. But
Okay, okay,
all right. Yeah. um. All right. So I have I want to talk more about the Kickstarter itself.
okay.
We already talked about the donations and what you get for it. I want to talk about well, first of all, I want to say everybody that liked the trailer and liked this interview so far.
Thank
Um,
you,
thank you for watching and thank you for liking it. And even if you didn't like it, whatever. Thank you for checking it out. Please go
thank you,
and
guys.
at least go check out the Kickstarter. Read more of the stuff. He wrote a couple of paragraphs of stuff, so you can check that out. And they are more than halfway to their goal. So if you want to donate, you get little things too. So that would be appreciated most likely. Um,
We appreciate that, guys. Thank you.
yes. So really, I don't have many other questions. So if anybody in the chat has any questions, then please put them in there so
I
we can read.
I think I have some questions here. Let me see.
Okay. If you
For
do,
myself.
is there anything you wanted to address yourself? Like just anything that no one asked but you do want to talk about?
Um, I think I don't know if I cleared this up. But I do want to say that that this is not a solo film. This is actually there's actually other actors involved because I know in the teaser you only see one actor, but it's definitely not that way.
Yeah. Okay. So it's not like because the trailer did make it seem like it was going to be more of like a one person thing, but
Yeah.
but it'd be more like maybe like a what's the word I'm looking for? I can never think of words when I want them. It is going to focus on one character, but that's good that it's not going to. Is it going to be kind of like an anthology thing, or is it going to be 7 friends going to the camp or something?
So I think I can say a little bit about this plot a little bit.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
So the film takes place in modern day,
Hmm.
and nobody has really returned to the camp since the original murders.
Okay.
The film starts off with 6 actors and um, 3 males, 3 females, and they're going there for just a good time. But one of the male actors in the film, his name is Blaine, is actually there to buy the property. He's this rich, snarky guy. He's a big dick, and
Hmm.
he's there to buy the property and just do complete demolition and just tear down the whole like the forest. He wants to tear down the cabins. He wants to turn the property into a resort.
Okay.
So he wants to just do complete remodeling to the whole property and turn it into this money making. He's this rich kid who just wants to make all his he just wants to make money,
Okay.
and he wants to turn it into a resort. And one of the other female actors who's there is they're actually meeting a mysterious date that she's met on a dating, like a social media dating kind of thing.
Okay.
And she's never met him before, and he's going there. This is the first time they've ever met, and he's also introduced to her friends when he gets there. But when he gets there, there's been some stuff. Let's just say Jason's not having anybody coming around and just taking over his property.
Oh, okay. All right. So, and then it goes on from there. Is the girl that is going on a date? Is that the one in the trailer?
No.
No. Okay. Is that actress going to be in the movie, or is that?
Yes.
Was that, because is it okay if I mention that the trailer was like its own thing?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. The trailer itself was just made just to show off that you guys can do a Friday the 13th movie. It was its own standalone thing, so it might not have exactly anything to do with the story itself. It was just to show off like maybe your visual style and what Jason may look like and whatnot. So if that's correct, is that correct?
Yeah, it is correct, and I will say this as a little. This is first announced, so whoever's live and you, this is the first scoop.
Exclusive.
We will be shooting a teaser trailer #2
Okay.
this weekend.
Oh,
And,
okay.
and it should be out in hopefully next week. So you guys got the first scoop.
Oh, and you'll see my reaction for it. That's for sure.
Hopefully.
Yeah. No, I'm excited.
So it's gonna take place pretty much right after the first one did, though.
Okay. All right.
So keep a lookout for the Voorhees teaser #2. That should be in the. Hopefully that'll be here next week.
All right. Cool.
That's the first scoop.
All right. So we got a couple more questions, and then we can wrap it up. All right. What is your favorite part of filming it so far?
Filming the film?
Yeah.
I think just the atmosphere, and I gotta say, a lot of it has the cast. Believe it or not, the cast. I mean, these guys, are just like, I just tell them to do something, and like it can be the most bizarrest thing. Like, I need you to fall from a tree, or I need you to be covered in blood and roll down this hill, and they're just like, okay, no problem. They never say no, I can't do that, and it really makes my job as a director so much more relieving that I have these guys who I have complete trust in, and they're just nothing but talented individuals, just to go out there and just to do what we love to do, and that's filmmaking. and just to have a team like this is just, I couldn't ask for anything else. I mean, that's one of the, there's so many fun things doing this stuff, but that's probably one of the best things. Actually, go out there with a group of friends that you actually care about, and you guys all, and we just have a good time doing this, and we come up with some cool stuff in the process.
Yeah. All right. So that's all right. That's always good to have a cast that you have fun making the movie with. You know, I'm sure in Hollywood movies, there's been plenty of times where the cast didn't get along, and it was just a
Yeah, we haven't got there that we haven't got there that far. That we haven't got there yet. So wishing for the best.
yeah. It's all right about the noise. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We're all right. By the way, that was from Sandra Sanchez again. Where did you find the actors? And that's also from Sandra.
Good question. Sandra's good with the questions. So a lot of these guys are either mutual friends or I've known mostly my whole life. I went to high school with them and stuff. But there's a lot of new actors on board that I've met all over the place. Some of the actors are actually models,
Okay.
and they actually do minor acting, but they're mostly like they're models.
Okay.
And they found out about the film, and they actually got in contact with me,
All right.
and we just had the auditions. But some of the actors I do know personally, and there is some new faces in the film. But just mutual friends, and social media really helps. So like I said, most of these actors, some of them are new, uh, but they're all good friends.
All right. That's good. So that's where they came from. So that was from Sandra again. Um, I had another question.
Can I slide right? I'll be right back.
Okay, that's
Is that
fine.
cool?
For
Be right
people
back.
for people that are wondering, I know a lot of people. No, I'm gonna talk to this.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay. For people that are wondering in the chat, like when I said like, is it okay if I mention this? I'm editing this after, so I'm gonna obviously edit that part out where I said, is it okay if I mention this? Because I know when I was saying that, I was like, this is awkward, but you know what? This is getting edited, so and I'm gonna edit it so it's all fixed up at the beginning where like the trailer didn't start playing immediately. Are we gonna have any deaths involved? Okay, I'll save that Jake Dubiel and ask him when he gets back. Ty, why did I see you in there? What's up, man? Sorry, I didn't. I was doing this interview, so yeah, I ignored all your questions for a good reason, Ty White. Like, I don't even want to mention some of them. Some of them have been definitely questions. But anyway, thank you for showing up, everybody. This is my first interview. I don't know. I'm having a good time. I hope you are too. Interviewers don't edit their interview like that. Well, you know what? This is different, right? Maybe I should call this more like Gore Talks, I guess, because we just
Sorry,
discussing. What's up?
sorry about that, guys.
It's okay. I'm gonna again. This is gonna get edited, so we're just gonna jump.
I did hear one thing
Yeah.
when I was coming back, and I heard that you were ignoring some questions. I don't
Oh. Oh no, no. One of my
let those
friends. Go ahead.
let those roll.
But no, one of my friends was asking silly questions, and
Oh, okay.
no, I appreciate every question, but some of them, are a little
Right,
silly.
right,
But yeah, no. So it looks like it's slowing down here. If anybody else has some more questions, please ask them because I will definitely read them. Someone had a question before you left. Are we gonna have any deaths involving people getting impaled?
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
gotta have that. I mean, come on.
Gotta have that. Good question though.
Yeah, I mean, you always have to have that in a Friday the 13th movie. Someone's getting impaled on something.
Yes.
So that's good. So my last question, unless we get more questions, the last question is, when is it gonna be? When is the? I know that's not gonna be an actual release date, but is there any like release window for the short film?
As of now, we are looking at we're trying to aim for a fall release date.
Yeah.
So that could change. It could be sooner, it could be later, but as of now, the way things are looking, I think we can hit a fall release date.
All right. All right. So you don't
That's the
have
plan.
too much of a wait there, only a few months maybe, unless
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
unless something happens, of course. But
Could be sooner.
could be sooner. Yeah,
Could be sooner.
could be next week.
Could be next week.
Yeah,
Could be tomorrow. Could be tomorrow.
could be tomorrow. Could be right now.
Could be
So
tomorrow.
so all right. Someone said his next project will be deleting him off Skype. Like,
Oh no,
deleting me
man!
off Skype.
What's going on with these viewers here?
Yeah, there's a lot of silly stuff, but
I wish I could see the. Can I see the silly stuff?
yeah, go ahead. Go on to there's a chat room on the stream. The link I sent you. There's a chat room there.
I'm hearing you're ignoring all these people
Oh
here.
yeah. None of them deserve my attention. Someone asked what will your next project be, but we already talked about that. So thank you for the question, Cole. Maybe you shouldn't look at these, but well, we're wrapping up anyway. We're around about an hour at this point, maybe closer to like 50 minutes. But yeah, no, it was a good time, that's for sure. Any last thing you want to mention about the movie or about you?
Yeah, I just want to say that I want to give a big shout out to everyone who's actually, believed in us and made their kind contributions. And one thing about us is, like I always say, is like if you can't, contribute, even a simple share means a lot to us.
Mm-hmm.
And just I'm just, I can't, I'm speechless because I just have so much, just so much, I'm grateful for everyone who's, actually just took in their time and believed in us, and everyone's who, has said they liked it, and all these kind messages. I talk about the movie every single day because I just get these spew of messages and emails. So I'm always talking about the movie, and it really means a lot to me, and it really feels like we're doing something cool here to see this reaction from people, and that's what we wanted. That's what we wanted, and I think we got it. And there's tons of stuff coming out, and if you can help us out on Kickstarter, that's awesome. If not, a simple share means just enough for us. So I just want to say thank you.
There you go. So they can't respond, so I'll say you're welcome. I really liked what I saw, and I hope everything works out. And yeah, I'm excited for the movie. So fall 2017 is the release window. Could be out sooner, could be out later. If it comes out,
Teaser number 2 coming soon.
teaser number 2 coming in the next week or so.
Yeah.
So look forward to that. Again, go check out their YouTube and of course their Kickstarter. I'm going to link both of them in this video, and I'm going to link them in the chat after this interview. So yeah, there you go. That was my interview with the creator, the director of Voorhees, a Friday the 13th fan film, and it's coming at the end of this year. So look forward to that, and look forward to that teaser coming up. And of course, go check out the YouTube and the Kickstarter in the link below in the description. Any last words?
Friday the 13th, help us out. Let's bring Jason back, and let's make this happen.
Yeah, let's bring our boy back.
Let's bring our boy back.
Yep. All right, so there you go. That was the interview. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Gore.
And thank you for asking me to do this. It was a good time.
Hey, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, it was a good time, man. So I wish you all of the luck.
Thanks, buddy. See you later, everybody.
All right, see you guys. All right, so I'm going to end the recording there, but